All right, talk about a showstopper. Just ahead, we'll just go ahead and say this right now. We are very excited about this dessert. Jim Hagy from Chef's Market Cafe and Restaurant is here with us today, and we are making a salted caramel apple pie. Ooh, look at that. And you've got a cool trick that a lot of cooks out there knew about. I'm learning just for the first time today, but as always, we love it when you are in the kitchen with us.
Thank you, thank you. Well, you can make caramel on the stove, and that's a little bit complicated. It can crystallize. One of the things that we do to make caramel at the restaurant is just take a can of Eagle brand milk or any kind of sweetened condensed milk, and you're just going to take the label off of it. And this is an old trick, but it's a lot of people don't know about it. But what we're doing, you can cook it on the stove. You can do it 3 or 4 hours. A safer way to do this is just to take it and put it in a crock pot. You're going to want to do this the day before. And you turn it on low. For just, you have it on low for about 7 hours. 7 hours, okay. 7 hours, and then you let it cool down, and then you got the perfect caramel sauce.
If you will, pick that can up, and I'm going to point that to a camera here. And that's what it looks like after it's been in the sweetened condensed milk, so we all know what that looks like. And that's what it will look like once it comes out. Whew, it's good, but
tasty.
Make sure that you give it time before you pull it out of there,
right?
That's right.
Because let it cool down. Yeah, it will be hot. But we're going to make the apple pie. So first of all, what we're going to do is we've just taken a pie crust and we've rolled it out to 14 inches. And then we're going to put it in the spring form pan. I'm going to give you another little trick here too. I want to show you that sometimes when you're working with a spring form pan, you want to put it to where this lip is down. If you don't do that, then what's going to happen is when you pull it off, it's going to be very hard to get the crust out. It bakes inside here. So that's what we're going to do with it.
Good tips here for us today.
So we're going to take our crust, it's 14 inches, we're going to roll it out, and then we're going to move it over into this. And this is sort of a rustic looking pie, so we're just going to put it over the top. It's really going to be okay if it doesn't look perfect. And there we go. We got our start for that. And now I want you to mix the apples for me.
All right, so we
have 5.
You like Granny Smith, right?
Granny Smith is perfect for this. It's a little tart. That's one of the things I like about this recipe. It's not terribly sweet. The caramel is sweet on top. So then we're going to take a half a cup of sugar and blend that in there. And then we've got a little bit of cinnamon we're going to put in. You can get that from the recipe. And then our flour. And if you'll be stirring that.
All right.
And you stir that up really good. And while you're doing that, I'm going to flick a little bit of this butter in it. We've taken salted butter. It's just salted caramel, so we're going to put a little salted butter in it. And we're going to mix all of that up, and that's going to be the base that goes, looks like a lot, but it's going to cook down. And that's going to go into our pie shell.
All righty. There we go. Nice shot from up above.
Great.
All right, so you get this like you want it.
And so we're going to just, we'd probably mix it a little bit more.
A couple fell out, but I may just try to eat those here in a second.
So we're going to take half of these apples, and we're going to put them in the pie shell. And then the other half, what we're going to do is just kind of layer them around. And you would just do a circular display with those apples. And just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. So you might arrange these to where they're all turned one way. Caramel's going to be over the top of it, so it won't make that much difference. And so that cooks
That way you get a nice little design, and we'll show you that here in a second on the top of this one, but you get a nice little design after it comes out.
Perfect. So I've got one already cooked, and this is what it looks like when it comes out.
So if you arrange those apples on top.
And so then we're going to take our caramel, and really simple, just kind of smooth it out on top. And then what's going to happen is when you put it in the oven for the last 10 minutes, or 5 minutes actually, that's going to smooth out and create a nice coating right on top.
Good. Oh, look at that. All right, so as you finish doing that, what's the good on the menu these days your way?
Well, this is on our takeaway menu. You can come and pick this up for Thanksgiving. We have a great menu with turkeys and sweet potato casserole, all of that for Thanksgiving. So that would be with the thing I try. A little salt right on top, sea salt. They pop that in the oven 10 minutes. But we do an amazing amount of sweet potato casserole, turkey, dressing, pies. So if you don't want to if you want to trick your mother-in-law, you can come see us.
There you go. Pull out that special trick there. Also, good to do it right now to get your name on the menu because you're going to fill up quick.
That's right.
During the holidays.
We're still taking orders now, but we stopped about the week before.
All right. That's what it looks like when everything is said and done. Ooh, does that not look good? Oh, this is recipe number 5442 online now of the Talk of the Town section at newschannel5.com. Jim, thank you as always. Love it when you're here.
My pleasure.